Mr. Raekwon, the chef, aka Lex Diamonds, in the building. How are you today, sir?
Chilling, man. It's cold out, man.
One of the greatest innovations that I feel the Wu brought to the game was the whole AKA creating of personas. You know, y'all created some personas that are everlasting throughout history, in my opinion. Whose idea was that to come up with the AKAs and the personas, and how was Raekwon the chef born?
Well, number one, who really came with it was me. You feel me? Because you know I'm big on mafia movies. I'm big on they principles. You know what I mean? I feel I come from that kind of life, and family was always important to us. So certain cats had nicknames. You know what I mean? When I came with my album, I wanted niggas to switch their name because now you going into another chamber. That's what 36 Chambers is all about. You get a different chamber from men. You know what I mean? And my chamber was, of course, that mafioso rap. You know what I mean? When we was talking that talk, it had something to do with drug relations. You know what I mean? Like, we was just painting a picture, and I said, yo, boom, this is what I'm doing, and, you know, niggas agreed, and everybody started coming with their names, but, you know, niggas was coming with names that didn't fit at first neither, and it was like, you know, shit, okay, nah, that might not be it, but next thing you know, we start coming with these names and shit. Lou Diamond, Tony Starks, Johnny Blaze. When you look at meth, you think of Johnny Blaze. He's always blazing blunts. Think of Lex Diamonds. He gonna keep about at least 80 on. 80 worth of, you know, and that's just the arm. We ain't gonna talk about the neck piece right now. That was the aura that we was coming into the game with. Raleigh Fingers deck, the way he roll a blunt, it's like he only rolled with these two. You know what I mean? So we named him Raleigh Fingers. You know what I mean? For sure. It was crazy though.
Only Built for Cuban Links is an album that will last forever in hip-hop history as one of the highest motivators of MCs, in my opinion. RZA produced the whole album. Tony Starks, aka Ghostface Killer, was a major part of it. What was it like as a team putting together Only Built for Cuban Links?
These was our early years, you know, we was just musically inclined, and we really wanted it bad. And we knew that at the end of the day, every album to us was always gonna feel like a Wu album, but it was gonna be led by one of the characters in the crew, you know what I mean? One of the individuals. So we already knew what we was gonna do, and like I said, I always looked at it like from even when we made Into the 36 Chambers, Wu Forever, we always there, we always getting it in, so they always felt like Wu albums. But at the end of the day, it's assisting your brother and making sure he go out the way he needs to go out. You know what I mean? Everything was planned. Even from the first songs, METHOD, we knew Meth was a star. So it was important for us to push him in that way that people will recognize this that nigga right here. Then, you know, eventually it will fluctuate down to the other brothers. And that's all part of the plan.
Part of the plan was to have this super group called the Wu-Tang Clan, and then to release all these albums, which worked in a lot of levels because you have some classics. At the same time, when you take a team that is as powerful as the Wu and then you start dissecting it, it can kind of dilute the whole. Do you feel like it diluted the whole of Wu-Tang, the shield?
We was making millions of dollars, so of course we was wanting to break bread. You can't feed a whole team off of one pie. But at the same time, it created egos that became big, and it became animosities being thrown around within the crew because some were a little bit more popular than the others, and it kind of formed like a wall between us because we felt like, all right, yo, I might have got a good look, Ray got a good look, but when it was time for the next man, you know what I mean, he might have not felt like he got the good look. So to me, I hate that feeling because it's never supposed to be like that. You know what I mean? But more importantly, we are a group, and at the end of the day, we all solo artists, so you got to do your job too. You know, sometimes dudes get what they hand called for. It was formed that way. It was formed for every man to be accountable for itself, but still represent that whole.
We haven't seen a Wu-Tang album in some time. Do you think there will ever come a time when we will see a Wu-Tang Clan album with all 9 members produced by the RZA solely?
I can't say if you can or you can't, you know what I mean? Maybe RZA may want to do the whole album, maybe he don't, you know what I mean? Not saying my brother can't hold his weight and make them tracks, because I'm sure he could do it if he work hard. But, you know, think of some of these other legendary producers in the game. I think people would love to hear or see us on some of their shit too. I mean, I think RZA had a crazy streak before, you know what I mean? He did his job, and, you know, sometimes you got to do all of that to say to yourself, well, maybe I need to take 5 years off or whatever just to see if I could regroup and reset. I would love to see that though. You know what I mean? And I believe he could do it, but politically, to really make sense of it, Wu need to get on some shit with Just Blaze, or Wu need to fuck with a Ye, or Wu need to fuck with a Dre. You know what I mean? Shit that's gonna help challenge us as well. You know what I mean? Along with RZA doing his part. But I just think it would be more powerful that way. You know what it is, Raekwon the Chef, chilling my nigga Jeremiah Alexis. Hold it down, man. This is real right here, real rap. Raekwon the Chef, W1.